Hello, people of YouTube. My name is Steven. This is Gray's Guitars, and thank you for watching. So, we have some more news regarding Gibson and Dean. I know you're probably sick of hearing about it, but it's kind of interesting to see how this process is being drawn out, and Dean's in more hot water. Is what it all comes down to. So, Gibson accuses Dean of contempt of court for bragging to Guitar.com, the website I'm currently on, about continued production of V and Z guitars. And for those of you that don't know what contempt of court is, including kind of myself, contempt of court, also referred to simply as contempt, is the disobedience of an order of a court. There's also conduct tending to obstruct or interfere with the ordinary administration of justice. So basically, the court issued something and they are not ruling with it. So, I mean, this is Googling a definition and me giving you a definition, better to Google. Dean also neglected to remove listings for the banned guitars from its website. Gibson has filed a motion accusing Armadillo, parent company of Dean Guitars, of contempt of court, accusing it of failing to act on their legal battle's final judgment and of bragging in a recent interview with Guitar.com that the company would continue to make V and Z guitars even after a jury found infringement. The main argument Gibson made in its claim, which was filed on August 8th, relates to the continued existence of production listings of the Dean's V and Z guitars on its website. The wording of the final judgment is clear that Armadillo is now permanently adjoined from the manufacturing, advertising, and/or sale of its Lunar Athena 501 guitar. That's like an ES335, Dean Grand Sport, which is similar to an SG, guitars bearing, using, or advertising with the word hummingbird, and the Dean V, which is a flying V, and Z, which is an explorer type. However, as Gibson's motion points out, visiting the Dean website today, the 12th of August, 2022, I might take a look at the Dean website too to see if they're still there. You can still see pages for multiple guitars with the Dean V and Z range. 2 weeks after the final judgment, Gibson Motions does point out that the Grand Sport model accused of infringing on the SG body type disappeared from the website almost immediately. So they took that one down, but not the Z and the V. I guess the Z and the V probably sell more. Now they're trying to just get rid of the stock they have of them. A second plank of Gibson's argument relates to an interview conducted by Guitar.com with Armadillo's then CEO, Evan Rubin. Evan Rubin is no longer the CEO. He got accused of basically stealing almost $500,000 from the company, so there's another issue in of itself. In the interview, conducted shortly after the jury verdict was declared on May 27th of 2022, we asked Rubinson several questions about the verdict and what Dean's plans are going forward. We asked, with the jury ruling that Gibson's trademarks are not generic, will Dean drop any models from its production line? Rubinson responded, we have no plans to drop the V or Z, nor the Dean Evo headstock design, as the jury found no trademark liability in any of those. That said, the case is by no means over. There will likely be post-trial briefings, and Gibson may potentially appeal the verdict despite their touted victory. The jury verdict did in fact find Armadillo had infringed upon almost all alleged trademarks, including the V, Explorer. The only one that Dean did not infringe upon in some ways was the Flying V word mark. Rubinson's entire interview with Guitar.com has been submitted as evidence along Gibson's filings. The motion accusing Armadillo of contempt of court singles out the above quote, saying it was for a boast from Rubinson. It also argues that he was the CEO of Armadillo at the time. The quote constitutes Armadillo bragging that it would continue to market and sell the Dean V and Z guitars. Gibson Motions adds that while Gibson disagreed with Rubinson's interpretation, it assumed that the defiance would end with a court order. This essentially means that Gibson did not consider Rubinson's statement inherently contemptuous at first, but that it had become relevant to the case now that Dean hasn't taken down the listings for the V and Zs. Gibson is hence requiring that the court should fine Armadillo to secure compliance with the order, so Gibson's trying to get some more money. The motion also states that fines, incarnations, and an administrator appointment are appropriate in the case given Armadillo's brazen defiance of the court's order. Gibson also requires that the reasonable cost and fees incurred by the new filing are awarded to the court as a jury found infringement, yet Gibson has had to continue to incur attorney fees and continue to monitor Armadillo's unlawful activities and well as fees associated with preparing the filings this motion for civil contempt. And finally, Gibson motion states that it reserves the right to request compensatory sanctions beyond costs and fees once it has had time to establish what those might be. So basically, Gibson's saying, hey, we requested that you take this stuff down. You did not, and now we are going after you. And I do not know if they're still on the website. We're going to go ahead and take a quick look. Let's just do shapes. Oh yeah, look, VZ still on there. Let's just see. It doesn't let me. All right, let's just do V. That's fine. So yeah, so as of even today's date, V's are still on there. Let's see about the Z's. If this would stop spazzing. Thank you, crappy Dean website. Yeah. And the Z's are on there still as well. So it was to my understanding that Dean could no longer sell these guitars. Either that or they had to make them slightly different, which they do have slightly different ones. Let me see here. I think the Vendetta. Nope. One of these is slightly different. Here, oh yeah, the Vengeance. So this series was perfectly fine because it wasn't a one-for-one copy, of the body shape of the Flying V. So this isn't even on the table. So they can just modify the ones they have, make them pointy, and put them in the Vengeance series. I don't see why they wouldn't do that, because it'd be an absurd waste of money and supplies to just toss all of those guitars unless they want to use them as a write-off or something and donate them. I could definitely see them doing that as well. But I would say that they should have just complied with the court order. It's one of those things where whether you agree with what Gibson said or not, that's what the court ruled. And if you don't comply with what the court ruled, they are going to come after you, which, here you go. So I doubt this is going to be the end of the Dean and Gibson saga. Gibson versus Dean, Dean versus Gibson, whatever the heck you want to call it. It's probably going to continue to be some sort of issue, and I'll keep you posted. I will keep you updated. At this point in time, it sounds like Gibson's about to get some more money. Do I think Dean's going to go under? No, because Dean seems to be having decent sales in general, like they have for years, even with, they have some of their own models as well, but Dean has had decent sales for years, and I don't think they're going to end up going anywhere. But who knows? We'll see what happens here. I mean, we do have a new CEO now. Maybe they just haven't gotten around to taking it down fully yet. Maybe they're just trying to burn off the last of their inventory before they get rid of it. It's anyone's guess. But I think that's where we're going to end it. So subscribe, notification bell, comment what you want to see for future music guitar-related videos, and comment your thoughts on this video as well. I don't know if I said like, so like. We'll say like. All the likes help. And as always, have a good one.